Our next guests are twin brothers. I know, right? Sergei and Vadim Revzin are the hosts of this show called The Mentors. It's a podcast for entrepreneurs. Their work has been featured on MSNBC, Forbes, Xconomy, and Crain's. And their goal is to help people like you through the ups and downs of running a business, which we know is all the time. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for getting our names right.
Yeah, great.
Perfectly.
So Vadim is actually one of my colleagues. He works with me at JenFKD. He taught our class on entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the first time I'm meeting the other one.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a clone of his. You don't have to answer that question. No pressure.
I don't know. I think I'm going to remain neutral.
Yeah, I'm going to remain neutral.
That's a good answer. That's what our mom says, too.
Tell us what you guys do and you know, how do you navigate through the cycles?
Sure. So, we've been mentoring entrepreneurs for a number of years, and at this point, we've got to mentor hundreds of them, both through work at different accelerators, Sergei's work at Venture for America, me teaching entrepreneurship at university level. And you know what? No matter what level of experience they have, no matter where they are, usually the same questions come up. And there's a lot of talented people out there that if they had the right mentor, if they had the right direction, they'd be able to succeed. So we thought, you know what, we've been doing this a lot. Let's get our content out there. And I think we sound pretty good on audio. I don't know. Maybe. That's just me.
That's what one of our guests told us, but maybe she was just stroking our ego. We don't know. Yeah.
There's a difference in voice, though. There's a difference in voice. You're identical, but the mentors sound different, right?
Well, I've been practicing my bedroom voice, so it's more of a tenor. We can't be equal on everything.
When we harmonize, I'm the higher voice. So
Your baritone.
So tell us about, some have called it the drunken walk of entrepreneurship, the roller coaster, not of love, of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You know, how do people deal with those highs and lows? It's not easy. I've talked with it about Vadim since he's one of my colleagues. It's not easy to deal with success, failure, oh, poof, it blew up. How do you deal with that?
You have to come at it somewhat level-headed. There are going to be a lot of lows. Entrepreneurs oftentimes do it for the crazy highs. It's almost like a high on anything else. It just feels so good because it's validation for yourself. But you almost have to be as level-headed on the highs as you are on the lows. And that's why it helps having somebody else, whether it's a mentor or a co-founder, to level set. When there's great things happening, to sort of bring you back down to earth and tell you, you know what, we got to focus on the next thing. And on the lows, to bring you out of it, because it's really impossible to do it alone. And this could be whether you're growing a technology business or whether you're starting a dance studio. It doesn't matter.
But think about life in general. I mean, there's great things that happen, obviously, and there's awesome things about life, but you have to be okay with the negative things, and you have to push through the obstacles that come along the way. And the same thing with entrepreneurship. But the beauty of creation, the beauty of if you get out there and make something yourself, it just feels so good. I think for us anyways, but for most people out there that at least try, it's worth the lows.
Oleg says, I'm seeing double. What? You guys get that a lot.
Our band as well. But.
Well, you know, I talk about this with our friend of the show, Sarah Hill, a lot, that entrepreneurship, it's a roller coaster ride, and you can't predict what's coming, and it's true that you need to be level-headed whenever you can, but at some moments, you just can't keep it together. Like, emotionally, you're so drained because you work long hours, and then you have to deal with all the pressure.
And everything's tethered. Money, health insurance, 401k, stability, your rent, etc.
So like one thing breaks apart, then something else may break apart, and eventually it'll get to you mentally. So how do you deal with that?
You kind of want to have, let's say, a 12-hour policy of how long you allow yourself to be affected by something. That's why it helps to have others. But it's okay to, sit back in your corner and despair. It's okay to cry if you have to. You can't show that to your employees because then you'll definitely bring the house down.
Come to David.
Right? But what always has helped us in our entrepreneurial journeys is if we're ever in a rut, we just blast off 10 emails to people in the business world that we care about or that we respect, or some other entrepreneurs, and it helps to hear from other entrepreneurs or other creators, really. They don't have to be business founders. It can be any kind of creator.
But also have an outlet. Go work out. Go spend time with your spouse or somebody you love, with your friends. Complain about your day as well. Get it out there, but then get back to work the next day, because only positive things that happen in your business will get you out of that rut.
Yeah, therapy.
So, one of the more interesting things here says, you can negotiate free office space even in Midtown Manhattan. How does that work?
Yeah, how does that work?
That's how it works. You email 100 CEOs and
We're desperate.
you offer them something of value in return. So at the time we were doing a lot with sales. We had a lot of experience in sales, and we said, you know what? We know you probably have a desk or two that you're not using. We'll train your employees for free on sales best practices in exchange for some office space. And out of 100 emails, I think like 50 people responded. 49 said no. Very nice. Very nicely. They were all
You only need one.
You only need one.
Yes.
The
Like
one that,
dating, one yes is
Is all you
perfect.
need,
Yeah.
right?
the one that ended up saying yes, he actually was an active angel investor, and for him it was a win-win because he could have us work right in front of his office, basically evaluate us as an investment opportunity for however long it took us to get off the ground, and then decide to invest or not. And if he gave us funding, we could pay him back the rent that we would owe him. So it ended up being a win-win, and that was the one guy who replied and said, hey guys, call me today. I might have a spot for you.
Wow.
You never know.
And we showed up that day. You have to be willing to show up, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Well, I'm looking for a mentor. I mean, I'm always looking for.
We'll be your mentors.
Right.
We're happy to.
You got two for one.
podcast.
Two for one.
Tell us for everybody else out there who's looking for mentors, where can they go to find some of the resources that you've been talking about?
Sure. A lot of times mentorship can come from starting to consume things online. So read blog posts, listen to podcasts, maybe ours if you want. But then get out there and start meeting people. You know, you may have people already in your network, whether it's through your university, in your alma mater, as an alumni that you can get. Go to events, start meeting people. If you show up at more and more of the same events, you'll start seeing the same faces over and over again and start targeting people that you think might help you. A lot of times when you're looking for a mentor, find someone that's a year or two ahead of where you are, so where you want to be. And then try to build a relationship, try to get coffee with them, see how they want to interact. A lot of people want to help early stage entrepreneurs, especially people that are out there and creating.
If they were in the same situation as you recently, a year or two ago, they're going to be very receptive. They're going to know what it feels like. And we're always willing to respond to anyone, so that people can find us at thementors.co, and we'll definitely help them out.
So Vadim and Sergei, always nice to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.